Hey, it's Thomas here, and today we're going to be checking out KZ's Aragonite Calcium Reactor Media. Ha ha ha! Yeah! If you've been looking to fill up your calcium reactor with a clean reactor media that is low in phosphates, dissolves at a reasonable pH level, and is surprisingly affordable, then you're probably going to want to take a look at this KZ Aragonite reactor media. So let's get into it. One of the most important components of a calcium reactor is the media itself. Shocking, I know. Having a great media can make a huge difference on how your reactor will perform, and not all reactor media is made equal. Some reactor medias will add quite a bit of phosphate along with the calcium carbonate and other elements. Some require a very low pH to dissolve, which means a higher CO2 consumption rate. You can also get coarse media or fine media, and some medias are pretty spendy while others are more budget friendly. KZ's Aragonite reactor media is a coarse aragonite media with a grain size that provides an optimal surface area while avoiding compacting that can prevent proper water flow through the reactor. It has a very high purity, doesn't contain any harmful contaminants, and it has very low phosphates. It dissolves at a reasonable pH level and provides a nice high DKH effluent so you can keep the calcium and alkalinity levels in your reef tank at optimal levels. KZ's reactor media is available in two sizes, a 1 kilogram pouch and a 4 kilogram pouch, while their Zeomag is available in just a 1 kilogram pouch, which makes sense, but I'll touch more on that shortly. Based on our testing, to dissolve this media, you'll need to aim for a pH of around 6.1 inside your calcium reactor, which is a slightly lower pH than some other media types require, but not quite as low as other popular low phosphate options, and you can expect to achieve an effluent DKH of around 31, which is fantastic. And what I think the majority of most reefers are going to be most excited to hear is that the phosphate level of the effluent using KZ's media is dramatically lower than some of the most popular calcium reactor medias out there, with an average reading of only 0.07, and for reference, that is half the phosphate of ARM and more than 10 times lower than Reborn based on our testing, which makes perfect sense since KZ products lean heavily towards ultra-low nutrient reefing. Like I mentioned earlier, KZ also has Zeomag, which is a secondary media that you can mix in with your aragonite-based media to keep your magnesium levels up without having to dose them separately. Ultimately, it works out to be very convenient and a great way to take your calcium reactor to the next level. It is a little bit pricier by weight, but since you use less of it and shouldn't have to dose a separate magnesium supplement on a regular basis, it works out to be a very worthwhile addition and has earned that BRS recommended badge as a result. And I think one more surprising and very compelling argument for KZ reactor media is its price point. KZ's media is quite affordable, coming in at just under $2.50 a pound, which does make it one of the most cost-effective reactor medias we've tested, which is not something I was expecting given its super low phosphates and high DKH level. And as I'm sure you have probably gathered, KZ is going to be my choice of calcium reactor media for this here beast of a reef octopus calcium reactor. Now I just need to, get some more corals in the tank and then actually get it set up. If filling your calcium reactor with a media that is affordable, low in phosphates, with a high DKH matches your reefing mantra, you can go ahead and pick up some of KZ's Aragonite reactor media by clicking right here.